deeper and longer companion quests. I like the companions in Fallout 3. I think that some of them are some of my favorites. I want deeper, longer companion quests, and not only that, I do want to have them have a stake in the actual main story, because a lot of these games, when you have companions, when major events are happening, you don't really get their point of view of what's going on. When you're joining certain factions, they really don't have an opinion on it. Basically, the companions themselves need to have a bit more than just to be an tag along. If you're a brotherhood and you decide you want to join the brotherhood, because like in Fallout 3 you have companions. You can only you get companions based on your morality. If you're evil, there are some companions that'll work with you, like Jericho, and I believe the girl, the slave chick, I think she's one of them as well. And then when you're neutral, you got some that are you can't get companions that are evil or good. You can only get companions that are neutral. And then when you're good, of course, you can get companions that are good. So I think that should definitely work into play. And as I've said, I would like for them to allow players to join the Enclave, and that way, and be open to a companion from the Enclave. If you look at Fallout 4, they had a great, pretty rounded roster of companions. When if you got Dance, who's with the Brotherhood of Steel. Unfortunately, the way that played out, it should have been you actually join the Brotherhood of Steel, and that opens you up to Vance. But I don't think that's the. I think it might be the case. I'm not sure, but I don't think that is the case. No, I don't think that is the case. I think he can become your companion even if if you don't join the Brotherhood. And then you got the X33. That guy, you can only get him if you join, I believe, the Institute. So like things like that. Things like that. If we can go with that, have. Say each faction has a specific character. That specific character has certain weapons and certain perks that would definitely help your gameplay and all of that. Then they'd be like, cool. I don't mind doing something like that. But I do want the characters to have deeper, longer quests, and I don't want it to be just one long quest. I want it to be, okay, say you get Jericho. No, you get Butch. Because Butch becomes one of your companions. You say you get a quest with Butch, you do his first quest, and then when you make it through a certain part of the game, it initiates another quest that he has going on. And then when you get done with that, go ahead and play the game. Then when you get to another point in the progression of the game and the story, again, that's another quest that gets initiated. So I think that'll also make it really cool with the character. It makes you more endeared to the characters because the game is showing that they got stuff going on within the game. So I don't mind it. I think that's actually a great idea. I started to really think this because in Fallout 3, characters do have quests, but honestly, they're not as memorable as I feel like they should be. But then you got Fallout New Vegas. The character quests get more deeper. You start to learn more about them. You start to like them more, be more attached to them. Like the girl that's with the Brotherhood of Steel in I can't remember her name right now. The girl that's in the Brotherhood of Steel in New Vegas. She and then you go down her quest, which leads you to the Brotherhood of Steel quest, and how she reviews the Brotherhood faction that she's with. Like, stuff like that is just great. The thing with Lily and her memories and her origins and her backstory, great, absolutely great. Sunny, what's the Rose Cassidy? Her story with her father and what was going on with the caravans. Like, if you do it right, I think that can be absolute. Because think about it. When you are playing with Hawk in Fallout 3, which is a super mutant, and honestly the best side character to have in any game because he wrecks everything. But you get to dive. What if you dove into more of his origins, where he came from, what happened to him, how he became a super mutant? Like, that'd be interesting, just like Strong in Fallout 4. I think it would have been pretty cool if we dove into how he became a super mutant, get more of his backstory like that. There are some interesting side quests and storylines for the supporting characters, excuse me, the companions in Fallout New Vegas and 4. But I think if we give more stake to these characters within the main story as well as the side stories, it'll be great. Because, like, honestly, like, Kate and Piper are my two favorite characters within Fallout 4. Love them. They're my favorite companions. But if you look at the main story, Piper should have more of a stake in the main story, but she really doesn't. Just like when you go into the Institute, there's not really like this big impactful quest that launches with her. And I think that's most unfortunate because her story does start off with what the Institute's been doing, replacing people with the synthetics and stuff like that. So just, I want there to be more. Honestly, I want there to be more when it comes to our companions. And the morality thing, I'm good with, having evil, good, neutral, and having certain companions who would join you through which one of the, it's not faction, it's not morality, it's the, I cannot remember what the damn system is called now. But where if you're evil, you get access to the evil, the bad ones, and if you're good, you get access to the good. Also, it should also play with the factions you join as well. So I believe we should definitely have settlement building, but I want it to be less expensive than it was at 4, because 4 was just absolutely fantastic with the settlement building. The problem is it was too much, and then the main story, it took away from the game because of, you join the Minutemen, and it's always a settlement needing something, no matter how much stuff it didn't matter how many weapons you put up there, the turrets, how well equipped everybody was, no matter if you had all the beds, water, food, electricity, there was always somebody saying that needed your help because Mirelurks was attacking. It's like, and then when you get there, it's like 3 Mirelurks, and you're like, seriously? I got like 13 missile launching turrets. Y'all got power armor, the best weapons in the game, and y'all constantly, and it's 3 Mirelurks, and it's like 40 of y'all, and y'all constantly calling me, talking about some of this. Like, if you can not do that, which I think is a good idea if they're not, if the settlement, if there's not a lot of people, if it doesn't have a lot of defenses, if it doesn't have enough food, bedding, I get that. But if you do, they shouldn't be calling you like every 5 minutes. Like, there should be something different going on, especially if you can boost up the defense enough to where they can stand on their own. Cool. But settlement building out, I'm for. Maybe do like in Skyrim, where there's like, you can build your own house, but there's certain locations you can do, and there's certain things you can do. Hey, in Fallout 3, have like 5 locations, and you can either focus on 1, focus on 5, focus on 3 of them, have people come there and stuff, and that'll be it. You don't have to have 40 of them like in Fallout 4. They don't need to be calling you every 5 minutes and stuff like that. But also, maybe why not introduce a new vault? Let that vault be where you build, because the vault building within Fallout 4, great idea. A little bit too open-ended, but still a good idea. And do this exact same thing. You can design the vaults, maybe not make it as expensive as others, but at least have some building capacity to it, some customization to it, give players a sense of freedom with that. And I think that'll be an absolute gem idea if we could work that into the game. Either have the vault, or maybe not the vault itself. I think the vault would actually be interesting. You can substitute the settlement for the vault, Or make that be all encompassing. Have the vault two and the settlement. Or why not have a vault and build a settlement on top of it? In fact, I think that'd be a really good customization idea. If they did that, have a settlement, but underneath the settlement have a vault. And while you're building the settlement, you can build a vault too. That would be very smart. They definitely need to do that. But I'm not against the settlement building. You can actually recruit people. You can recruit. If you join the faction, they can set up camp there. They can help protect it. That's a good idea. Good for resource management. All of the stuff. One of the biggest problems with Fallout is you collect so many power armors, weapons, and stuff. All this loot, and you ain't got nowhere to put it. But if you could do your own settlement, you have somewhere you can put it. You can build turrets. Which, like I said, I like the settlement building within the Fallout. It doesn't necessarily need to be as open as it was in Fallout 4. Like, I'm good with, you have pre-established certain settings. Like, okay, if there's a plot of land, give me a wall I can build around it. Like an automatic wall I can build around it. So at least I know what the space is, and then I can kind of do my thing within that wall. But I don't need it to be like, okay, I have to put each individual panel in and all like that. I don't need that. It could just be, hey, let me build a wall, and that wall, it could be small, it could be medium, or it could be large, and each size can scale what I can and can't do. So there's a lot they can play with. There's a lot to consider with that. But I'm not against a settlement building. I'm not. Or hell, have a pre-established one, but you can upgrade it. That's a good way too. Have the Raiders and Super Mutant be organized. One of the things Fallout 4 has that I thought was pretty cool is several Raider factions. You had the guys that were set in the Forge, so they used like fire. Thought that was actually pretty cool. You had the Dust Devils, which used robot parts and stuff like that. That was actually pretty cool. So we need things like that to go on too. We need several different factions of the Raiders, but also let them be organized. We saw that when we were playing the Nuka World. That there were certain factions, different factions that were organized. They had leaders. We need that. Have leaders. Yes, if you have it to where you can kind of work out. If you play the game right, you can work out with them. Or maybe if you're evil, you can actually work with the Raiders. You can negotiate with them. You can team up with them. Again, that gives you perks with other Raiders. You can unify them. You can have them to fight. Just great ideas concerning this. This definitely has potential. And then there's the Super Mutants. Have them, yes, Super Mutants are brutes, but they do show intelligence. Maybe they don't, and I would do the brutes personally. I do them like with the little Nemesis program thing that they had in, what's that game? Shadow of Mordor. Have them be like different, have them be like one group of super mutants. There's the leader, the people that's the super mutants lead them, and have him have generals. When you kill off a general, there's a bunch, or have them occupy spaces. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Have the super mutants themselves occupy certain spaces, which is led by a general, and then there's a capital or a main base of the super mutants. And then when you knock off those super mutants, you can free that space up, and good guy Raiders can take over it. Super mutants can come back and take over. But if you kill the general super mutant, then that weakens them because they have less leaders, and you keep doing that. I think that would be cool too. That would give depth to the super mutants. That would show intelligence. It would show organization, and not them just running around. Like, what's that vault in Fallout 3 where they make the super mutants? That should be like their base. And there should be the strongest super mutants there. The super mutant behemoths should be there. The super mutant leaders should be there. And then the generals and stuff are all spread across the wasteland. So it should kind of be like this cool organized campaign against the wasteland where the super mutants are fighting the raiders, the innocence, the brotherhood, the enclave, the outcast. Like that right there would be freaking phenomenal if we could get something like that going on within the game.